the families of Dom and Davia. I'm so deeply sorry. I hope one day you can see I would never let this happen or do it on purpose. I wish I could remember what happened. I'm just so sorry. I'm heartbroken. I love Dom and Davia.
This is the case of Mackenzie Shirilla, a young woman whose life took a tragic turn when a routine drive with friends ended in a horrific crash that claimed the lives of 2 individuals.
Do you know? I've personally been told that she did voodoo on him. She has told people that she's put a spell on him so that he couldn't break up with her. That she had grabbed a piece of his hair and that she had a doll in her room for Dom.
On July 31st, 2022, Natalie and John Shirilla received devastating news about their daughter, Mackenzie Shirilla. Earlier that day, Mackenzie had been involved in a fatal car accident. She, along with her boyfriend Dominic Russo and their friend Davin, were in the vehicle when Mackenzie crashed into a building. Dominic and Davin tragically lost their lives at the scene, while Mackenzie survived. The events leading up to the accident unfolded during the early hours of that morning. Mackenzie, Dominic, and Davin had attended a house party where they consumed drugs, including acid and marijuana. Around 5 a.m., they left the party with Mackenzie behind the wheel. Instead of taking Davin home, Mackenzie drove recklessly, speeding over 90 miles per hour and eventually crashing into a brick building. The crash was discovered approximately 45 minutes later by a passerby who immediately called emergency services. Despite the severity of the collision, Mackenzie miraculously survived, though with serious injuries. She was airlifted to the nearest hospital, where authorities found drugs and drug paraphernalia in her possession. The news of the accident and its tragic outcome was delivered to Mackenzie's parents by law enforcement officers at the hospital. The officers had to explain that Mackenzie was suspected of driving under the influence of drugs, leading to the deaths of Dominic and Devon. The Shirilla parents were overwhelmed with shock and grief upon learning the fate of their daughter and her friends.
Babe, what did they tell you? Nothing. Okay, she was life flighted here. Okay. No. You want to sit down? They say this. Progress in Alameda, car into a building. 2 are deceased in the vehicle. Daughter's driving. Who died?
Police investigations revealed that Mackenzie had drugs in her car, including mushrooms and marijuana. They also noted that Mackenzie was wearing a seatbelt, while Dominic and Davin were not, which raised suspicions about her state of mind and awareness before the crash. As Mackenzie underwent surgery for her injuries, police continued their investigation into the circumstances surrounding the accident. They gathered evidence from the scene, including witness statements and footage from nearby cameras that captured the crash.
I mean, either she's drunk or high, or she just isn't from here, was going way too fast and didn't know where the road ended. It looks like they even went off the road up there.
They did.
But I mean, if you're hitting a building that hard, I just can't believe all the people that work up here, that are up here all night long, no one heard.
They're in factory type settings. So.
Yeah, well.
And it's dark over there.
That's insane though. Once they get her out, I'll go over to this building because I think there's a camera on the front of that building. I don't know if it's working, but I can always ask.
I was the one that called it in. You called it in?
Yeah, I saw it. I was coming back from breakfast.
Okay.
And I pulled up to the corner there.
Okay,
And
we
saw
appreciate
it.
you giving us a call.
Yeah. Someone in it, obviously?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So.
That's a bummer. I didn't want to get stuck, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Right. No, I appreciate you giving us a call. Absolutely appreciate it.
They fucking were hitting it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously. Because I saw that front end.
They definitely hit it hard.
Destroyed.
Right.
All right, well, what a way to start your Sunday. I guess better than theirs, huh?
Right. I appreciate the call, sir. Thank you. Grab everything over here. We'll just take it back to the property room. You want me to just take the whole bag? Yeah, throw it all in there. Anything relevant?
Power up, button.
2 phones. One's dead. Is there anything else over here? Rest in peace, buddy.
He's gonna go verify with the B&B image, but
Holy smokes.
that's Dominic, her boyfriend.
Okay. How old is Dominic Russo? 17? 19? All right, guys, I'm turning off. I think that's it. I don't see anything else, you? All right.
The community was deeply affected by the incident, as friends and relatives mourned the loss of Dominic and Devon. The officers did a commendable job of calmly explaining the situation to Natalie and John Shirilla, gently breaking the news that their daughter Mackenzie survived the crash, but that 2 others, including Dominic Russo, did not. The Shirillas were devastated, grappling with the sudden loss and the shock that Mackenzie was involved in such a tragic incident.
What did they tell you?
Nothing.
Okay, she was life flighted here.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that.
Okay. No. You want to sit down? Wait to say this. Progress in Alameda, car into a building. 2 are deceased in the vehicle. Daughter's driving.
Who died?
I don't know whether, but there's one that we don't know. His name's Jacob. Does anyone know Jacob?
Dom?
No, stop. Let him talk.
Guys, I know, we've been dealing with this. Your daughter's okay. She's talking to us. I talked to her, okay? Your daughter's alive, okay? Your daughter's alive. She was driving the vehicle, okay?
Who was that? Jacob and who?
I think, what's the name you said?
Dom?
Might be.
Oh my God.
Stop.
What's his relation to you?
Boyfriend.
Okay, yeah, then Dom was in the car.
Stop. Oh my God. What? Are you kidding me?
It's right now, it's an ongoing investigation. Speed is definitely a factor. So are drugs.
Dom is dead? Dom is dead? Is that what you're telling me? Look at me. Is that Dom is dead?
There's always a way for me to say anything right now, man.
Dom,
This is a serious situation.
Dom with Curly? It's the same Dom. Maybe it's a different Dom. It could be a different Dom. Might be a different Dom.
What's
Does
that?
she know about their third?
No, not at all. We're gonna keep it that way for. Okay, she's getting worked on now. Okay. Call boss. Hey, so she's not gonna be up for a long time. She's in surgery. Oh God, help me! All right, I gotta talk to you one more time. Just gonna let you know where we stand as a police department. Okay. Where we stand today. Okay. Full transparency here. There's drugs in the car. She had a bag of mushrooms on her and a scale. Full transparency, guys. I'm sorry, I'm ripping the Band-Aid off. Okay. Drugs in the car.
So she was awake but not awake, so she was
In and out of consciousness. She had to be fully extracted from the vehicle. IFD. I know she has a severe leg injury. Like I said, she was speaking, and she had her seatbelt on. Yeah, that probably saved her life. 100% saved her life.
She had a seatbelt on. Oh.
I don't believe the others did.
Meanwhile, Dominic's father remained unaware of his son's fate. Detectives carefully approached him, informing him of the accident and Dominic's death. The news hit hard, leaving him overwhelmed with grief and unanswered questions.
Go ahead, take a seat. So,
you know what time it happened at?
no, we don't. Right now, what we do know 100% is somebody called it in, somebody passing by at around 6:15, 6:30.
Called in, what, the car was just smashed somewhere?
Yeah, so what it appears that happened is they were going westbound on Progress from Pearl Road. They went...
Right here in Strongsville?
Yeah, in Strongsville. That business that's right on Alameda, right where Progress ends, that's dead ends right there. They hit that building. They hit the sign out front and then they hit the building.
Would they fall asleep at the wheel or something?
Don't know.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
So 2 kids are dead, my son's dead, another kid's dead,
Go
and
ahead.
the girl's in the hospital?
She's in surgery right now.
Oh my God, huh, Chris?
I mean, another family member or a friend or anybody that you might want us to call on your behalf?
No. This is a nightmare. Is somebody called in at 6:30 in the morning?
Between 6:15 and
6:15, 6:30, yeah.
When they came upon it, passing it by.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is horrible. She was in her car?
It was in Mackenzie's car, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Is she gonna make it or you guys don't know?
We right now we don't know. She's in surgery right now, so we don't know. So.
In the weeks following the crash, Mackenzie left the hospital and attempted to resume normal life, even applying to a modeling agency in Los Angeles with her mother. However, her actions raised eyebrows, particularly her Halloween costume depicting a detailed corpse, seemingly in poor taste given the recent tragedy. Mackenzie's behavior, approved by her parents, hinted at a disturbing lack of remorse, fueling suspicions among detectives already probing deeper into the incident. Detectives utilized technological tools like Life 360, connected to Davin's phone, to reconstruct the events leading to the crash. The app provided critical data, including the route taken and speed, painting a clearer picture of Mackenzie's actions that fateful night. The car's black box revealed that Mackenzie accelerated towards the building, raising questions about her intentions.
I want to show you.
Oh no, explain it.
So this is when they were going down Progress Drive, and then you know how there was like tire tracks before it, like on that side grass. So that's the sign.
That's when it hits the sign.
And then that's where she curved exactly right on.
Gotcha.
Missed those two rocks and went right into the sign, the side of it. But I'm just confused on how the back of the sign was messed up. But she went right into that wall.
Right.
No, so you can see like the hard braking was right at the wall, and then her high speed
was after the hard braking.
Was 90 miles per hour.
So it said it's a recording. Does that play?
So
I mean, what does it mean? Or just screenshots?
It's just a tracker. Yeah, it's like my parents have me in a circle so they can see where I'm going. It just follows you wherever you go.
And Danion had us in.
Yeah, well, you can send the screenshots right to the email, and I'll get them all to the detective.
So I spoke to friends that were at the party. I wasn't personally there. I thought that they might have been on psychedelics. Kenzie was the driver, and they said that she took a nap. But if you know psychedelics, that's like a 8-hour to 12-hour. Like you cannot sleep. Yeah, you cannot sleep.
You can see the exact time they left the house. I don't know.
That's mine. So you can just send everything right there.
To me, right here, if you looked at the tracks, and you guys probably have pictures of them, it looks like the person in the front seat tried to turn the wheel because of the fact they were going to go straight into a wall. And it doesn't say she heart broke once. It was 90 miles per hour down that whole road. And I also think because of Kenzie's and Dominic's history, that they were fighting, I think Davion went on his phone to distract himself from the fighting. Although they were on drugs, they can also still be fighting with being on drugs.
It could have just been like a careless mistake. Like I don't think Kenzie, even if she was like at road rage or she was arguing, I don't think her intention was to kill two people no matter what.
Interviews with Mackenzie's and Dominic's friends shed light on their tumultuous relationship. Mackenzie was described as emotionally unstable, prone to extreme behavior when faced with relationship issues. Friends recounted instances where she threatened self-harm if Dominic attempted to break up with her, suggesting a pattern of controlling behavior. Angelo Russo, Dominic's brother, provided crucial insights into Mackenzie's fixation on Dominic and her inability to let go of him. He shared chilling details of Mackenzie's threats and manipulative tactics, painting a troubling portrait of her mindset leading up to the crash.
Walk out anytime you want. We have approximately 10 questions that we wanted to ask you. And so, how long were you guys in a relationship, you and her?
Well, we were all friends in a friend group at first. I ended up dating her for a little bit, like probably over the summer. I was only dating her for probably like a month and a half or like 2 months. And then me and Dom found out that she was cheating on us basically, but it wasn't like anything official, so it wasn't no hard feelings like with whatever happened. I just kind of was like, after me and Dom found out about that, we didn't have no problems with each other and nothing, but they were on and off, and I kept on talking to her still while they were on and off because we were all still in the friend group and stuff. So, and then we kind of just like stopped being intimate, you know what I'm saying, and we're just friends.
So, describe the relationship. What was she like as your girlfriend?
Like, I didn't really have much with her relationship-wise because we didn't date that long, but like friend-wise, like she was crazy. Like
She's like mentally just not all there? I mean,
Yeah, I don't think she's just mentally all there. Like, I personally feel like she was trying to kill herself in that crash, and she failed on doing so.
Why did Dom put up with this? Do you know?
I've personally been told that she did voodoo on him. She has told people that she's put a spell on him so that he couldn't break up with her. That she had like grabbed a piece of his hair, and that she had a doll in her room for Dom, and that she had literally put a spell on him, is what she would tell everyone. It's like she truly believed in that kind of stuff. And she also uses the pendulum, I know too, to try to get answers. She tries to use it now to talk to Dom.
Do you think Mackenzie had it in her to drive a car into a wall? I mean, if you guys speculate that she did it on purpose, do you think she has it in her?
I feel like if she thinks that she can just drive the car into the wall and not feel nothing, you know, like I feel like the only reason she survived is because of how small she is. Like, I feel like she got insanely lucky, but at the same time not lucky to have survived that, because it's like she killed 2 people if that was what she was trying to do. But it's like I feel like that's what she was trying to do, was crash the car into the wall.
You mentioned that anytime Dom would kind of want to break up with her, she kind of would go crazy. Describe crazy, like what kind of crazy?
Like, there is times where she called Dom and said, if you break up with me, I'm going to word for word.
What do you think happened?
That I think, off of what I know and off my assumptions, Dom tried to break up with her multiple times, even in July. It kept not like working out, whatever. They kept making back up. Kenzie's known to be the kind of person that she's let us know she will never let go of Dom. And if she has to let go of Dom, she will not go on living herself. She's pretty much let that be known. You're going 94 miles an hour. You don't have a very fast car to begin with. You were stomping that gas pretty much that whole entire time. There's no brake marks on the street at all. Even before the hit, you would think that some type of instinct would kick in and slam on the brakes. But to my knowledge, she went straight into it. To me, it seems like they were in a fight. I think that she took it upon herself to purposely crash into that wall. I think that he must have been trying to talk her down the whole time. They swerved off to the right at the end. I think he might have grabbed the wheel towards the end of it, maybe trying to spin him or something. Who knows? She could have been bear hugging it. I don't know. They're hitting bumps too. They're going 90. He could have not, I don't know what's going through his head, you know?
As more friends and family speak to police, there's a picture building of a toxic relationship that could have ended several times over if it wasn't for Mackenzie's threatening behavior. Mackenzie's actions after the crash were also of concern to police. On August 6th, only a week after the incident, police find themselves back at her doorstep after reports of a disturbance where Mackenzie's father makes a shocking confession.
From the interviews emerged a disturbing theory that Mackenzie may have intentionally crashed the car in a fit of rage or desperation, aiming to harm herself and possibly others. Her erratic behavior, coupled with evidence of drug use, added layers of complexity to the investigation. As more friends and family spoke to the police, a troubling picture emerged of Mackenzie Shirilla's relationship with Dominic Russo, a relationship marked by instability and threats. Mackenzie's behavior after the crash only deepened concerns. Just a week after the incident, police responded to another disturbance at Mackenzie's home on August 6th, where her father expressed serious concerns about her mental state.
George, I want to ask you first about August 6th. If you recall, that's the day you guys were dispatched to Mackenzie Shirilla's room. Can you tell me about that day?
So we were dispatched up to the room for a disturbance. Once we arrived up on the room, she was upset with her dad. We asked the dad to step out, and we're trying to calm him down, and he's like, you guys probably know who I am. At one point in the conversation, he's like, I feel like my daughter needs a psych evaluation. And he's like, because she's not, thinking clearly, and word for word what he said, I don't recall every word that he said. He was pretty hysterical, he was pretty upset. She was upset with her dad because she wanted the lady to go to the funeral.
On that day, officers were called to defuse a heated argument between Mackenzie and her father. He revealed his fears, suggesting Mackenzie needed a psychiatric evaluation because of her erratic behavior and unclear thinking. Mackenzie's emotional turmoil was evident. She was upset about not being allowed to attend Dominic's funeral, despite her intense public displays of grief and dedication to his memory. With mounting evidence against her, police began to suspect that the crash was not an accident, but a deliberate act. Their suspicions were further validated as they compiled more information, leading to a decisive moment when Mackenzie found herself in handcuffs, arrested for aggravated murder. At the station, Mackenzie was formally charged and taken into custody. Her parents, upon learning of her arrest, rushed to the station, where they engaged in a tense confrontation with officers. They demanded to see Mackenzie and insisted on her rights, including access to legal counsel.
Where's she? Right back there, pal. Hi, Mackenzie. Step out for me. I'm Detective Jesus. I'm the one who's been investigating the crash. You're under arrest for aggravated murder ×2, okay? Nobody's gonna ask you any questions. Nobody's gonna bother you. Can I have your key, please?
Could you please be careful taking this one off so it doesn't break the bracelet, please?
You got it. You got it.
Recording. Mounted. Wi-Fi connected.
Stand right by that black net.
What's your first name?
Mackenzie.
Okay, Mackenzie, I'm gonna take your handcuffs off. I need like all the jewelry and everything to come off, okay?
I can't wear any of it.
No, I need you to take it off while you're in jail right now.
I need to speak to my daughter because you guys aren't allowed to speak to her at all. That's from the lawyer. How you guys did this on the weekend is just, what you like to do is go, hey, there's a warrant for her. We would have brought her right down here with no problem. She hit it. Unbelievable. I mean, she's 18.
So the warrant was issued today, so we...
Well, you could have made a phone call, couldn't you? You had your creeper out in front of my yard watching.
She can't take any, she's an adult, she can't take any phone calls right now.
Okay, well, I still need to speak to my daughter so she understands whatever, not to say anything to you guys.
Whatever
If you had to roll out the whole mess to pick up an 18-year-old girl who could hardly walk out of a hospital visit, it's just beyond me.
So we follow the law, and that's what we're doing today.
Then am I going to be allowed to have a 2-minute conversation with her?
You cannot talk to her about these.
Why doesn't she get a phone call? If you arrest her, why don't she get a phone call?
She was just brought in. They're going to process her as soon as they get the time for her to make a phone call. She will be able to make a phone call.
She's a lawyer. She does have a lawyer.
She is 18 years old and she could speak that.
Yeah, but she's a dumb 18-year-old that just turned 18.
Well,
and these guys are going to take advantage of her. She's not allowed to speak to you guys. I'm telling you that.
Her
from
attorney
lawyer.
can call us.
Don't ask her any questions. She's not allowed to speak.
Despite her young age, Mackenzie was tried as an adult. She opted for a bench trial, placing her fate in the hands of a judge rather than a jury. The prosecution presented compelling evidence that contradicted Mackenzie's claims of losing consciousness during the crash. Instead, they argued that Mackenzie intentionally accelerated the vehicle to over 90 miles per hour, aiming to end her tumultuous relationship with Dominic Russo in the most tragic way possible.
This is the type of evidence you can never unsee. You can never forget the visual or audio of this exhibit. It's chilling and tragic. As you review that exhibit, you know that you are watching the oncoming deaths of 2 people, and there's nothing that will stop it. Exhibit 802 crystallizes the deadly decision-making of the defendant. She morphs from a responsible driver to literal hell on wheels as she makes her way down the street. The mission was death. Mackenzie alone decided to push the pedal to the floor and demand the ultimate speed of that vehicle to 90 to 100 miles per hour. Mackenzie decided death was the ultimate goal that day, and she alone made that decision for Dominic and Davion, and she continuously acted in a manner to achieve her purpose. In the early morning hours of July 31st, 2022, her purpose was to kill Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan. Her actions were controlled, methodical, deliberate, intentional, and purposeful. This was not reckless driving. This was murder.
On August 14, 2023, Mackenzie Shirilla's fate was sealed in court. The judge delivered a verdict of guilty on multiple charges, including 4 counts of murder, 4 counts of felonious assault, 2 counts of aggravated vehicular homicide, 1 count of drug possession, and 1 count of possessing criminal tools. The courtroom was filled with somber reflection as the judge outlined the severity of Mackenzie's actions that led to the deaths of Dominic Russo and Devon. Mackenzie was sentenced to 15 years to life in the Ohio Reformatory for Women, with her first chance for parole set in October 2037. That's all for this video. We hope you have found this video informative and interesting. What are your thoughts about this case? Let us know in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon for more interesting videos like this. Thank you for watching our video,